Hey, it's recording now. That's the first thing you're going to hear.
Oh!
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get it. You're probably going to keep this, aren't you?
Probably.
All right. Yeah, I used to yell in my car before I would go on stage and sing. I would just
As a warm-up, just...
Matthew Lillard, when he did Scooby-Doo, when he was Shaggy in Scooby-Doo, he used to just scream in his car for 20 minutes so that his voice could get raspy enough for Shaggy.
And he could squeak a little bit.
Yeah.
His voice could crack.
Which is so damaging. It's such a bad thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
For, the long term?
To the point that he did it. He did it to a point where it was really bad. He didn't have any training or anything. And for me, I just want a little bit of gravel. Just the teeniest little bit of... What do they call it? Vocal fray.
Yeah, like when you... is that what that is?
That
okay.
Yeah.
Just
and
wake...
Which I have a lot of right now because it's early.
Yeah.
But
well, it's early. It's a little dusty.
Well, early is the new thing for me.
Yeah, that's something that I'm getting used to in my old age. It's pretty great. I'm enjoying it. Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us here on How Day You Do. Special guest this week, Chris Pelka.
Hello, that's me.
This location we're in right now, whoa, it's the Infinity Room. It's the indoors of the Infinity Room. This is a top secret area.
It is.
Talk about an exclusive. Holy crap.
You actually all have to sign a contract.
Everybody online?
Everybody.
Oh, shit. Before you watch this, just go into the comments and subscribe, and then that counts as your contract.
Yes. Yeah. Link in description to the Patreon also. Do
you
have a Patreon?
Make me a Patreon.
Yeah.
Teach me how to make a Patreon. And then I probably just go to the website and make one.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't either. I just hear every YouTuber say that.
I have some content that I can't put anywhere, and I think it's perfect for a Patreon because it's you have to. I can't release this because it's too or whatever. It's just me, Zach, and Jeff hanging out and bullshitting. But there is some stuff that I want people to see, and the only way I've ever let anybody see it is I just show them on my phone. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you can't even touch my phone. You can watch this, and it's funny, but it's not okay for the internet. I can't let people get out there and share stuff like that.
Yeah, maybe a Patreon.
Yeah.
Is there anti-sharing stuff on Patreon? There must be. Otherwise, why would you do it?
I think so. I think it's like an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Because it's just
right.
Hopefully people are... I guess someone could pay, screen record or whatever, and then put that out there and be like, look what they're doing.
Yeah, I guess.
But that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah,
we are here to talk about the Infinity Room, Chris Pelka, everything. Thanks for joining us on the Podcast, the free-form comedy podcast channel across the media outlet of your choice. By me, Chad Johnson. Find the Podcast on YouTube, whatever podcast app, or social media. Comedians, games, jokes, stunts, stories. Check it out. Do you wake up to an alarm?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Is it on your phone?
Is my phone going to go off? Is that what you're asking?
No, do you wake
yes,
up to
I
an
wake
alarm?
Up, yes.
Is your alarm on your phone?
Yes.
Can I hear what it sounds like?
It changes. I think right now it's Sir Duke by Patricia Taxon. Oh, it's two different Patricia Taxon songs.
Is that copyrighted?
No, actually, they're both whatever. I don't know. This is the one I woke up to. It's going to sound real lame at first. It's this for 20 seconds, I think. It's a techno cover though.
So what's? Oh, okay. That's some nerdy shit. That's pretty great.
Yeah, it's Sir Duke.
That's good. Keep it. Put it back up.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah. See,
What's more jarring than that to wake up to?
I don't even know if that's jarring. I think it's kind of one of those ones that you start kind of grooving before you even open your eyes.
Yeah.
And that's a really good way to wake up.
This one I like, and then the other one is also. God, my whole life is tied to everything I do is tied to how does this make me feel? What do I remember when I listen to this song? And like this one, I just discovered randomly and was like, oh, I like Sir Duke. It reminds me of when I worked at Big Five because he used to play there, which is a great song. And also, it's just interesting because there's like 1,000 key changes in this weird version. But the other song is it's this like techno grind thing where are you familiar with Summoning Salt? Your roommate watches those videos, so I just assume that you do too. But
I don't know what.
Summoning Salt is this guy on YouTube. He does these history of world progression video game things. So in one of those...
Yes, he does watch those.
Yes, and I do too. I love them. But there's a moment in those videos where there's always like a grind, where a guy's like, all I got to do is like work really hard for several months, and then I can beat the record. And it'll do a montage, and then this one song will play. And that song is like in my head that it's like that means work really hard and get things done. And so I hear that
montage music.
I hear that first thing in the music, and it's like my Eye of the Tiger, you know. So I hear that when I first wake up, and I'm like, it's time to get shit done, and it works half the time. The other half the time, I'm like, oh no, I'm going back to sleep. That's happening less these days for some reason. I don't really know.
The going back to sleep part.
Yeah, I'm getting better at waking up in the morning. No idea why. Nothing has changed.
I think there's just a little bit more of like, I got shit to do. I got some shit to do.
I mean, it's been that for 18 months. but I guess it does feel more and more like, no, like really, like.
It's like starting to be pressing because, this place is, think about 6 months from right now, what it's going to look like and the activity that's going to be in here.
Oh, I hope.
It's just like that's...
I can't think of it in terms of how far away that is anymore because if I do that, then I get hopeful, and that's bad because I've already had I've been feeling like we were 3 months away for 9 months. I've been like, oh yeah, in 3 months we'll be open, and then 3 months from there I'll be like, in 3 months we'll be open, and then 3 months later, in 3 months we'll be open, and I am still sitting at in 3 months we'll be open, and a lot has changed since the first time I said that. But it just, wow. The amount of work that goes into this is way more than I thought. And a lot of it is just because there's a lot of weird detail-oriented things. So I guess, should we explain to people what the fuck we're talking about, I guess? For people that don't know what Infinity Room is? Are there people like that that are going to watch this? Maybe, I guess.
There's definitely people that are going to watch this that have no idea what the fuck we're talking about.
All right, Infinity Room in downtown Salem, Oregon, across from the Grand Hotel. I did that without looking at the camera. I looked over there.
Hey,
there, that's better.
That's our audience.
Yep. So Infinity Room is going to be this music venue and comedy club and vegan kitchen / bar. God, it's so many things. And it used to be Cap City.
Capital City Theater, comedy club right downtown.
Yeah.
It's the same place. If you remember Capital City Theater, just wait a little bit when all the stuff is gone off our faces, and then come right back to that same place, and you're still going to be able to see fucking awesome comedy, crazy good music shows. I've already seen a couple here. Oh, I introed one. Oh, that was awesome.
You did, yeah.
I introed the City of Pieces one.
Yeah.
One of my favorite bands ever. But yeah, it's same location, and the owners are very passionate, and it's really cool to see.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's true. And basically at the beginning of the pandemic, or before the pandemic, the Cap City folks, myself, and Julie Shadlow Taylor, met with the people from the space, namely Stan Keatley and Summer Keatley.
Space Concert Club, the music venue out in West Salem.
Yes.
One of the best music venues around.
Thank you. So we had a meeting. We were like, hey, we're at these two venues, and it would be good to be one venue. We
real short version of that.
Yeah. Basically, we had always wanted a kitchen, and they had always wanted a better room, and we had a better room, and they had a kitchen. So we were like, why don't we put those things together? So we did. And we were like, yeah, we'll be able to close for 6 weeks and reopen, and it'll be great.
Was that the original plan?
That was
6 weeks.
Original plan was 6
I mean, I
weeks.
guess
It
because
was
the pandemic had not happened.
Yeah, it was completely different. Our plan was just like, okay, we're gonna come in, paint the walls, install the kitchen, and I think there were a couple small things. We were like, maybe we'll retop the bar, and maybe we'll put up some lights, and that was like it. And then the pandemic was like, fuck you.
No.
Yeah. And so we were like, okay, well, we're going to be closed for like 3 months. So, okay. Well, we can do more renovations in that time. And so as time went on, though, and it was like, this is going to be longer and longer and longer, we were like, let's just do all the things we want to do.
Stan's like, I can get my ceiling tiles done.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And so we were like, yeah, let's redo everything. So, we tore out the old Cap City stage. That's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, from where we're sitting, if you ever went to Capital City Theater,
oh, you want me to get some B-roll and I'll send it to you?
Right.
Oh,
Here
here.
was it's the same bar. This was the leaner bar that was temporary. It is now permanent. And
okay, hang on.
Oh, I see what
yeah,
Chris
yeah,
is
yeah,
doing.
yeah. I'm gonna do it from Chad's perspective. Ready? All right, here we go.
Oh, do I just explain
You just
what's
yeah,
happening?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so right there's a couple of Mountain Dew cans.
Yeah, there's some Mountain Dew.
So
there you go.
that office right there was the back room where the stage was all right here. The office right there was the back room. Like people would come out for shows, or it was, yeah.
It was kind of storage. It really wasn't used for anything.
This was the Shadowlands is what we called it. Oh, man. The Shadowlands was the other stage. This stage is now way better, way more reinforced, and this is going to be the main stage of the venue. Right here is the front door. If you've seen the outside area, this is the lobby. Like right outside there is that's where the dude sits and gives you your takeout food. And then right in here, there's just some stuff over there.
That's just the walkway in.
So then it keeps going that way.
And then, all right, now we gotta get weird. So this is the bar.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's the bar.
And then there's hello. There's a mirror back there.
Hi.
And then there's
so there's the right there is the door. There used to be a door right here. That was the door to get into the green room. Now that is the door to get into the green room. That is back toward the bathrooms. What's up with this?
That's the ADA
temporary
section of the bar.
What's that mean?
So the bar used to all be too high for ADA, and now it is. I'm going to turn that off now. I'll send that to you. So the bar used to all be this height. And
Can you explain what ADA means?
Oh yeah. It's basically folks that are in like a wheelchair or have
Does
a
the D stand for disabled?
I believe disability. I think American Disability Act.
Okay, cool.
I think is what it is. But basically, like, we were like, oh man, we have this venue and we have people that are either that use a wheelchair or a power chair. I don't know what it's called. And we were like, it really sucks that they have to navigate this shitty old venue that doesn't fucking work for them. And we were like, well, we can change that. So let's change that. So we did. Our ramp is now like there used to be like a big bump up at the top. We got rid of that. All of the doors are wider. There used to be no way to be able to get on stage if you were in a chair. That's done. Now there's a door directly onto the stage. It's the same level, and there's a ramp to get up there if you need to. ADA section of the bar, and then one of the bathrooms is actually going to be an ADA bathroom.
Cool.
So,
the one straight back?
Yep. So we had to replace the door for that because it was too small. Now it's a 36-inch door. Which
The handles are great too, by the way.
plenty.
The door handles, I love them.
Oh yeah, those new door handles.
We'll get some B-roll after we record around just around here because
That'd
there's
be-
some cool shit that's different.
That'd be a good idea.
Really great. If it's okay to show the kitchen, I don't know how.
I probably I don't know.
I guess no customers ever looked back there, so they're like, I don't care. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, they're not gonna know. They're gonna be like, "What?
Okay, it's a kitchen."
It's a kitchen," and it'll be like, "But it used to be.
It used to be an office.
It used to be well, kind of kind of an office.
It used to be the place where I stood in there and like waited for my set.
Yeah,
Hung out with my daughter.
I think the only part of this whole building that's not going to have a significant change will be the green room, and even the green room will be a little different. Obviously, the door's missing, but for the most part, the green room will stay the same. But everything else that you've ever looked at in this building will be different in some significant way.
I think there's some cool, fun secrets about this place. Like right straight down.
Oh yeah, it's right here.
It's inaccessible, right?
No, it is completely accessible.
Is that what this square is?
That is this square right here.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Nobody listen to this part. There's no square on the floor that opens up into a swimming pool or a haunted swimming pool, by the way.
Yeah. I got down there the other day actually for a completely weird thing. No. I was looking for. There was a minor catastrophe that happened, and I was like, "Is the floor going to be affected?" And the answer is no. So it's fine. I make it sound like it was worse than it was. There's some water on the floor, and I was like, "Oh my God, is it leaking through the floor?" And no, it's waterproof flooring, so it's fine. Yeah.
So new floors are great.
New
floors are great.
Yeah. Instead of carpet from the 50s. I think.
Okay, so like once you like open your eyes and your shoulders are bouncing a little bit, what's your next thing you get to? Do you just grab your phone and go Facebook?
That's right. I forgot what this whole podcast is. Okay, so I wake up, my alarm goes off. Mm-hmm. I do like a 10-minute thing in the morning where I just like it's like literally I'm just like I gotta get my eyes to stop trying to be asleep right now. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I will use the phone, but I'm not really paying attention to what's on it. It's more just like often it's BBC News. And it's just like I just need a bright white thing burning into my eye holes so that they are like, okay, light, I get it.
My brain
I get
up,
it.
yeah.
Light. We got to get going. Okay, fine.
You do blackout curtains?
Yeah. They're not like 100% or anything, but they're dark.
So like in the morning, the sunlight doesn't necessarily wake you up by itself?
No, not currently. That will change. So I stay the night at two places, either my place or my girlfriend's place. And at my girlfriend's place, there's a blanket that is the thing, because she bought this blackout curtain that doesn't function as a blackout curtain. It's real crappy. I don't understand it, but anyways,
that's pretty common.
Yeah.
I bought one before, and I bought it at Walmart, and I put it up, and I was like, oh, I can see cars drive by.
Yeah, I think this is the same garbage. Mm-hmm. When she first moved in, she was like, you know what, though? I like it. It wakes me up in the morning. It's great. And I was like, yeah, that is nice. And it totally worked. I would wake up in the morning, and it would be like, wow, I'm awake at 8 or 9. This is crazy. Because usually I used to be asleep until noon.
Party animal.
Yeah. And then it got hot. It got real hot in the summer. And so we put up a blanket. And that blanket's still up. But that'll be coming down soon, and then I'll wake up again normally. But at my house, it is a blackout curtain. And, yeah, I require light for my eyes to activate. Mm. And then it kind of depends on if I'm working or not that day on what happens next. So, but on a typical day, I am working because that's 6 out of 7 days a week.
Yeah.
So
that's what it seems like.
I feel like I wake up, and then I usually just kind of lay there for a bit, and then it's like, okay, but I gotta go. Mm-hmm. And then I just throw clothes on, brush my teeth, pee. Well, reverse order that, and then all of that. Pee, and then
then get out of bed.
Yeah. Well, anyways. I do those things in an order that makes sense, and then I leave. I don't eat.
I don't think anybody's judging you for peeing before you brush your teeth.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that's normal. Maybe.
I pee and don't wash my hands and then brush my teeth.
Yeah.
Shit.
I usually.
It's my dick, my pee, my mouth.
And then I typically leave, and I get in my car. I don't let it warm up. More than half the time, I'll light a cigarette in the car, and then get to work, park, come in, and then that's the rest of my day. Basically.
What do you eat? So when you get out of bed, do you ever try? I have some theories about blackout curtains and certain things. So blackout curtains are for people with different schedules, in my experience.
Sure.
People that I got to sleep during the day, or people that just I want to sleep in. Mm-hmm. That's my life. I sleep the fuck in.
Right.
So then you want to, I mean, why don't you just try not having blackout curtains? Because when you go to bed,
I do want to sleep in, though.
You don't need, oh yeah. I mean,
As
do want to. But
I do want to.
There's sometimes that I
I want to sleep
in
but I
both-
also own this place that I need to
Well,
be.
in both cases, I don't own the place. I rent a room from a friend of mine where I live, and
I'm talking about this place.
wait, what?
You own this place.
Oh, I do own this place.
So you gotta, I'm saying like you own this place. You like have to be here.
Right.
So there's like, sorry, but there's no option for you to sleep in anymore.
Sometimes there is.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So on a typical weekday like today, I usually don't get to work till noon,
Oh.
but I will stay until,
Mm-hmm.
until the work's done that day. I love going home at 9, and sometimes I get to, and sometimes I even get to go home a little earlier than that. But these days it's usually more like 10 or 11 or midnight. So yeah, it's just a later version of shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't like waking up with the sun. I don't particularly like that unless I'm camping, and then it's like, oh, glory. Love that.
I'm all dirty. That's what I love about camping. I wake up dirty. I don't know why that makes me happy.
It's just the sun schedule for me, man. And the smell of water. If I can smell water where I'm camping, oh my God, that's great. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been to a river and been like, that water's got a good funk to it.
It's just like I think it's well, like if you look at a map of where humans live, it's all near the water. And I think there's a reason for that. That's more than just like, we need water to live. I think that there's a part of our brains that are like, you need to be around water. We're going to make that like a good feeling. And I feel that when I'm near a lake or a river or the ocean. And it's like, oh yeah, I just feel better being around this.
For sure. Every time I'm in a big open space and it's not like, a city, if it's just outdoors and I can't see a sign of civilization anywhere, if that's just my sight line, it feels really good.
It's very good.
It feels
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's definitely something in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that's cool that you can function that way. That's something that I can't do. I can't sleep in. I guess that's it. I just can't sleep in anymore. I'm at 7 a.m. Boom, every day. Thing goes up at 7.
So I have to fight that, actually. is
Oh,
what I
so
found. So
you're-
I will wake up at 8 or 9, and my brain will be like, "You're awake," and I'll have to be like, "No, you're wrong," and go back
Interesting.
to sleep. Because otherwise, like, I don't go to sleep until 2, 3, 4 a.m. every night.
That's it's more of your life you get to live.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel.
Because you're the other one. You're like, I don't really want that.
No. I want to live as much as I can, but I don't. But I also, like, there's a part of me that recognizes, like, I cannot go to sleep at 3 a.m. and wake up at 8. If I do that more than twice a week, I will die.
Oh yeah, if you're going to sleep that late, for sure.
Right,
It,
right.
It must be hard for you to go to sleep early then.
It depends.
'Cause,
Sometimes I pass out and I don't have a choice, which is great.
Yeah.
Not from drinking, I should say, but it's
Well,
pure
physical exhaustion. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. This place is exhaustive. Is that a word?
Probably exhaustive.
Exhausting.
Well, it certainly is exhausting.
Exhausterbating. Makes everything worse.
It's worse when I'm sleeping alone. When I'm sleeping alone, I fall asleep by myself real quick. But if I'm hanging out with my girlfriend, we talk to each other and we keep each other awake a little while she falls asleep. I don't know. I can't fall asleep at night.
You just talk
I just
and then
don't.
you're like, oh.
Well,
right.
we're usually watching, like, we've been rewatching Game of Thrones, which everybody was like, "Don't do that. You're just gonna be disappointed. It's gonna hurt you." But like,
Have you already seen it?
Oh yeah. But those first 3 seasons are so good. Oh, like, we're on Reigns of Castamere right now. Like, that's the next episode, Red Wedding. No spoilers from me.
I don't know anything about that.
Oh, okay. Well,
I saw the first season and then I saw the last episode.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, okay, this is fine.
Yeah. The
last
last episode was real bad.
yeah. So I don't have any sort of, I don't care about Game of Thrones, but
Fair
it's
enough.
cool that people do. I just started watching Sopranos.
Oh,
First time.
I have not seen that.
It's great.
Yeah?
It's as good as people say it is.
Okay.
It's really good.
Okay.
Yep.
I guess it's supposed to be good to the end too, which is an important distinction.
I'm on
from,
season 1.
from Game
Season
of
1,
Thrones.
like episode 8. I think episode 8. Something like that.
Interesting. My mom watched that when I was a kid, and I watched like half of an episode and was like, I don't want anything to do with this. But I was like 12 or 13.
I don't
maybe.
feel like being an organized criminal. I was the exact opposite as a kid. I was like, how can I get into this? How just find me illegal things to do.
I remember a specific thing that happened, and I'm sure it'll be a huge spoiler if I tell you, so I'm not going to. But I was I remember thinking like, that's not right. You shouldn't do that.
There was something
That person's trying to help you, and you're doing this to them.
Dude, there was something that happened last night that's exactly that in the episode.
Was it?
So, no, it doesn't matter. So Tony's talking to his therapist.
Okay,
who he's getting dreams about, and he's
I think we're talking about the same thing.
okay. So she's like, answering his questions, and she's listening to him, and then he starts to become a little infatuated with her, and then he just gets up from his chair, and I think this is a dream sequence, so I'm like, all right, whatever. So he gets up out of his chair, walks over to his therapist, and starts to kiss her, and she's like, hey, we can't do this. Come back on Tuesday, and we'll talk about this. Instead of being like, what the fuck, you psycho? What are you doing? I mean, I guess a therapist can't call a patient a psycho, but still, there was part of me that was like, why is she even asking him to come back?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I guess she might be
we
reciprocative.
we are not talking about the same thing.
Okay.
But it's
I'm using a lot of words that I don't think are words.
It's in that vein, though. Maybe I'll watch it one day and we'll talk about it. But
Cool.
probably I won't because
Sorry for the spoiler, everybody.
nah.
He comes back and they talk about it. And I'm like,
That's the real spoiler.
yeah. Actually, he kills her in episode 8 of season 1. He kills his therapist, who I'm sure is in the whole series. Yeah, Sopranos is great.
You asked me what I eat.
Well, yeah. What do you eat?
Trash. So
That's true.
I eat. Sometimes.
I want this to get out there as much as possible so people go like, Chris.
Yeah.
Just send Chris healthy food.
There's going to be a lot of. Food in general might be good. I usually eat every day, one meal. That's usually what happens.
Yeah.
But there are certainly days where I don't eat, and
You're just eating for fuel, right?
I am eating for the purpose of making my body work, and that's it.
You're not the only person I've talked to on this. that
Yes, I
does
saw.
that.
I saw Chandra's episode, and I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, okay." I thought I was weird, but I think that might be just a people our age thing. Is like,
Yeah, I mean, maybe Zach is different. He
that's true.
makes food.
He is.
And he loves food.
He has the
Dude,
ability to do that.
He made some food. He made like coin jam food last night. Whatever these things are, it's got like avocado and chicken and bacon. It's like a BLT, whatever they do over there.
Yeah.
And he made it just at home
Nice
for all of us.
Nice.
It was amazing. He loves to cook, so yeah, that is different.
I can make ramen.
Hell yeah.
Without the egg. I tried the egg once.
Oh, you make ramen, not like open up the packet and throw it in the
Oh
thing?
no, that's exactly what I make. I
Okay.
make ramen packet and then
think
sprinkle the stuff on, and that's it. Some people put an egg in it. I can't do it.
I think there's something in the shrimp powder that fucks with me because I've had it twice and threw up both times.
Yuck. I'm not a shrimp guy, so that's
Yeah,
fine.
I mean, gross.
I like the
Shrimp powder.
the soy sauce flavor,
There we
which
go.
used to be Oriental. Good job, Maria-chan. What is it, Maria-chan?
Oh,
Whatever that.
isn't
ramen.
isn't that a company that's? Is it American?
I don't know. I don't know what it is, but
It's just
It used
funny
to
if
be-
it's not American and they call it Oriental.
yeah, they used to call it Oriental flavor, and it was just like what? Yeah, so it's the soy sauce I really like, and then chicken and beef are fine every once in a while. But those are like the only ones I
Okay,
have.
so you eat that.
I eat that rarely now.
Okay, good.
Yeah, my girlfriend cooks, and that's really nice.
There you go.
But before before times when it was just me, I would eat a can or two of cold ravioli, and like straight from the can. because I don't want to generate dishes. I use a spoon.
Oh, okay. I just picture like part of it. Just
That's definitely a thing I've done.
Yeah, I was gonna say like,
certainly.
Yeah.
And I prefer the small raviolis to the big ones. I don't know. They stick less to the sides of the can.
Slide out right in your mouth.
There's a pro tip if you're eating cold ravioli out of the can.
Pro tip.
So I would eat that. I would eat ramen. I would eat cereal. But the thing with cereal is you got to buy milk.
Cereal's so good.
Yeah, I love cereal. Cereal is like top 3 foods for me is cereal, like that I can make myself. There's not many things I can make myself.
So you don't make that much food.
I don't make food at all. It's insane to me that I am an owner at a place that makes food because I am so incredibly incapable.
You ever eat this stuff?
Oh, every single day that I can. Yeah. Yeah, so the kitchen here is vegan, and I never thought myself to be someone that would enjoy vegan food. I had some vegan friends when I was younger that were like, "Hey, try this vegan stuff," and I was like, "Okay, I'll try it," and it was real bad, and I was just like, "Why?"
This is the only place I've ever had vegan food that I've enjoyed.
Yeah,
and I really like it.
It's really good. Summer is very good at being like, I don't want to make. Like it's almost like a lot of places are like, we're gonna make this thing that's like chicken, and it's not. It doesn't feel like that here. It's just like Summer's like, no, I'm gonna make good food.
Yeah,
and that's like the priority is just food that tastes good, and not like trying to be ribs or something.
Although that egg shit, whatever you guys are using here,
the Just Egg is
that is great.
It's just egg.
What is it?
It's just that's what it's called, Just Egg, but it's like it's just egg. I don't know what's in it. I have no idea.
Because eggs aren't vegan, right?
Oh, not at all. Yeah,
because they come from an
If
animal.
it comes from an animal, it's not vegan. That's the
Anything with a face.
I guess I don't know.
It's a Scott Pilgrim thing. I don't know.
I don't know the rule. Oh yeah. He loses his vegan powers. Sad day for that guy. Yeah. So if it comes from an animal, it's not vegan. Is the thing. So. But anyways, I eat, a meal on the days we're open. I have a vegan meal, and that's fine. Sometimes I'll even eat the side. Usually, though, I get it without a side because I just need the food part, and potatoes are just extra calories and bullshit that I don't need. I just need protein. That's all I need. If it were up to me, I would eat like half a steak or a steak every day, and I would be like, okay, steak and broccoli and done.
Hell yeah.
And
broccoli is one of those weird ones. You guys ever talk about broccoli here in a vegan kitchen? Because broccoli has a central nervous system.
No.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
Some people say that.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah.
No, but I fucking love broccoli. Broccoli might be my favorite vegetable.
My favorite animal byproduct.
What?
Broccoli. It's got a central nervous system, dude.
Oh, okay. You're still going.
It's my favorite meat.
Yeah, broccoli's real good. So, but okay, so that's food that I would make for myself at home, right? That stuff, and then what I would buy, Taco Bell, McDonald's, Burger King.
Burger King's actually not that bad.
Burger King is. I love their burgers. I wish they.
You ever get that Hershey pie?
No. I'm
$2.
not a big pie.
You don't do sweets?
Sweets person. I mean, I love them, but like they cost money.
$2.
Ugh.
Just add it on. Next time you go to Burger King, just be like, all right, give me a Hershey pie. I've heard they're good. And they'll be like,
you never heard of Hershey pie before? Oh, they're very good. You should. I'll give you like 5 or 6 of them. We're just gonna maxing it out right now.
Oh yeah.
Probably pretty good.
Sounds like the thing.
Please pull forward.
Yeah, haven't had that. I tell you what though, every once in a while I treat myself to some KFC, and that is that's the best. I love KFC. Love it.
Do you get the fixins like the mashed potatoes and the mac?
No.
And the honey?
Just the coleslaw and the
Ew.
biscuits. That's it.
The coleslaw?
I love the coleslaw. It's the only
Wow.
place that makes coleslaw that I like because it doesn't taste like coleslaw.
For some reason, I picture you never using utensils. I don't know why, but
Why would I? No, you got to use the spork, man. It's a whole thing. KFC spork.
Mhm. That's the first spork I ever saw. Most people's first spork.
Yeah, I think so.
KFC.
Because it's not a normal thing.
This. Okay, so like that's the food that you eat, and that's just kind of sporadic whenever you can.
Yeah, but so when I'm staying at my girlfriend, who I haven't named, Brooke, when I'm staying at Brooke's place, she'll cook a dinner usually, and that's like a real food thing, and she knows how to make good food that is generally healthy, which is nice. Like what did we have? Last night we went out to eat, so that doesn't count. But the night before, she made this like pasta with like chunks of ham. Well, it wasn't ham; it was like bacony chunks or something. I don't know what the. I don't know anything about food. Something porky. It looked like fat chunks of bacon squares or something, with like pieces of greens, and then I think there might have been some tomato in it.
Okay, so you're getting fed better now.
Oh yeah.
That's so good.
That's 100% because of her.
I think there's a lot of people that are like, oh, thank God. Thank God he's with her. Jesus.
There's no, if it weren't for that, it would be 100% like I would just be shoveling bullshit into my body. 'Cause it's not important to me.
Yeah.
This thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Also, what's going on? Like, you eat garbage. I've seen you
know.
eat garbage for years.
I know.
And you don't,
No.
you don't fatify.
I don't. I do a little bit. I'm certainly bigger than I used to be, but no. No, I get to tell this story.
But I guess you're like fully exhausted. I want to give me a
tell the
story.
story. All right, so check it out. My metabolism is ungodly strong, stupid fast.
How many Mountain Dews do you drink a day?
I'd say right now I'm at like 8 or so, somewhere in that area. 8 or so Mountain Dew cans a day.
Okay.
That's a guess.
That's a lot.
It's a little higher than it was before, but I kind of was like,
I want to know what your piss tastes like.
we can arrange that if you really want. All right, metabolism time. I gotta move on from that. There's too many. I'm running through too many memories of other things now.
Pissing in Chad's mouth.
So,
gotta do science.
Metabolism. When I used to live in Texas, which I used to live in Texas, I
don't think I knew that.
Really? Oh yeah, 13 years. I spent 13 years in Texas. There was a point where I was half of my paycheck was going to food because I couldn't not be hungry. I would wake up in the morning. And I wouldn't eat before I went to work. I would go to work, and then at my 15-minute break, I would walk to Subway and buy a foot-long sub, and I would eat that on my 15-minute break. At lunch, I would go back to Subway and get 2 foot-long subs and eat them on my lunch. Then I would get another 15-minute break, and I'd go and I'd buy like a bag of jerky and like some other sweet stuff or whatever. I'd eat all of that, and then I'd go home and I'd eat some sort of really big meal.
What?
And that was every day. And if I missed one of those, my stomach would be like, "Ow, I hurt. Put food in me."
Can you give me an age range about this?
Yeah, I was 23 to 25 is about when that was. And it got so bad that I was like, I am spending, it was like, Jesus, it was like $800 on food a month. Because I was just like, I can't stop this. I wasn't working out.
That's what I was
there was nothing happening. I was just like going to work and then going home and then going to work. And I like at home I would just write music and stay up all night and drink Mountain Dew. And I gained no weight at all, and it was just absolutely ridiculous. And like I never got like tested for like my BMI or whatever, your body mass index. I have no idea what percentage of fat I had, but I know it was like super little because I had never worked out a day in my life, but I had abs.
You can also look at you and be like,
well, it's not as good now as it used to be, but I used to be like so lean that every single bone in my body was visible, and like if I if
And you weren't like rock star like shooting up and stuff.
No, nothing.
You're just like
No, I just living, and I did a thing that year where I was like, I'm spending so much money on food. I was like, how do you slow down your metabolism? What is the thing that a person doesn't want to do because it'll slow their metabolism down? I need to do that. And so I did. I completely stopped eating during the day and ate one big meal at night, and that was it. Right before I went to bed.
oh my god.
Which is what you're not supposed to do. But it totally worked. It totally worked. It slowed down my metabolism to the point where I could eat, 2 or 3 meals a day and not hurt all day.
That's the thing you're describing is the thing that it took me so much effort to stop doing and like get past. Like don't eat before bed. Just eat throughout the day. Don't ever, ever, ever eat before bed. And I mean, like that's a huge problem for me is like not doing that. I ate ice cream right before bed last night.
Yeah, I guess don't do that.
Yeah, I guess
unless your body's eating itself.
Yeah, I mean, like I still, look in the mirror every morning and go like, all right, that's fine, I'll take it.
Yeah,
but like I'm obsessed with it, and I need to not be.
I don't know. I had a ridiculous metabolism, and now it's nowhere near like it was, but it's still like real good for a person that I'm 33. Yes. Am I 33? I think I'm 33. What year is it? 21? Yeah, I'm 33.
Nice.
And yeah, I have 8 Mountain Dews a day, and I generally eat 1 meal a day, if that. And
Chris had a kidney stone because he drank too much Mountain Dew.
That I refute that. I don't think it was Mountain Dew. I think I had too many Slim Jims. Okay, so there was a small period of time,
That's so fucked up that you can even say that.
right around that time.
No, it's because I was having too many Slim Jims at that time.
I was eating about 12 a day.
What? Why? What the fuck?
They're real good. They're real good. I love a Slim Jim, man. Yeah, I actually had sent Julie and Jared a text on Facebook Messenger that was, you can stop paying me and just pay me in Slim Jims and Mountain Dew now. And I sent them like the Amazon listing for cases of Slim Jims. And I was like, there you go. Just pay me in that. Because I was like, oh my God, I forgot how yummy Slim Jims are. And I was just eating them all the time. And then, yeah, like a month later, it was like the most painful thing in my whole life happened, and I had a kidney stone. And everybody was like, it's the Mountain Dew, it's the Mountain Dew, it's the Mountain Dew. But I've been drinking more now than I was then, and I'm totally fine. Where's some wood? I don't want that again. But I've always drank a ridiculous amount of Mountain Dew, and I've never had that. So I was like, I don't know. It didn't feel like I was having more when that happened, but I certainly was having a ton of Slim Jim. And I guess Greece...
Have you stopped having the Slim Jim since then?
Well, mostly. I mean, I have one every now and then, but I don't do it in excess anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
I used to drink a lot of Mountain Dew. I would drink 2 liters a day. Which
yeah.
I'd get a 1 liter in the morning and then a 1 liter right after school.
Okay.
So yeah, I get it. It's good.
I used to drink 5 liters when I was in when I was 18.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's about that time.
It was a 2 liter before lunch, a 2 liter after lunch, and a 1 liter at dinner.
I think I'm a compulsive quitter.
Okay.
Because I quit Mountain Dew, then I quit soda, then I quit drinking, then I quit cigarettes, and now it's just like I need more shit.
Chad's working on quitting dying.
Yeah,
that's what
I need more shit to quit. I threw my weed pen out the window of my car.
Wow.
Because I was like, no fucking weed pens. And then so now I just smoke flower at home.
Cool.
I guess. What if I'm fucking turning into a dork?
I don't think that's dorky. I don't think that taking care of yourself is dorky. I don't smoke weed.
It's hard because everybody's like, we're gonna go out to the bar, and I'm like, cool.
Yeah. See, I have that same struggle though because I don't
to the bar.
I don't really drink.
Yeah.
I drank at Space Camp. I got drunk, which is the first time that I've gotten
for
drunk.
like an hour. That was crazy. You're like, I'm hammered, and then I saw you an hour later. You're like, I'm not drunk anymore at all.
Fast metabolism, man.
Oh yeah. God, you and Jeff Parks.
Thanks for joining us on the Podcast, the free-form comedy podcast channel across the media outlet of your choice. By me, Chad Johnson. Find the Podcast on YouTube, whatever podcast app, or social media. Comedians, games, jokes, stunts, stories. Check it out.
So your metabolism is so crazy.
It certainly was. It's certainly still good, but not as good as it was. It used to be ridiculous.
I'm so happy you're like balancing stuff out though now.
It's not on purpose. It's just happening.
Well, and I mean, she probably wouldn't let you be like, yeah, let's get fucking McDonald's every night.
Oh, maybe she wouldn't. I don't know. Probably you're right. She cares about health and stuff.
Yeah, she's like,
I do not. It's just so unimportant to me. There's
There's a lot of people that are really frustrated at you for having that feeling, I bet. I am.
I don't know.
It frustrates me that you don't care, and it works out for you just fine. I care. I care so much. And it's...
You look great. You look great.
Thanks.
I remember like over a year ago, you had there was a shirtless photo of you on Facebook, and I was like, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I don't have a six-pack,
Try and just maintain shit.
you know.
Because like I'm gonna get to an age where it's you can't build it back.
Right.
So you have to like get ahead of it.
My plan is just to secure a hot enough girlfriend that it doesn't matter anymore. That's all.
I mean,
Never mind. That was a bad joke. Brooke is very attractive, though. Way out of my league.
Yeah.
Way out of my league.
Yes.
Can't stress that
yes.
enough.
I mean, yes.
Yeah. No. I don't.
You are kind of a rock star. You own a comedy club. I call you a rock star. That's what I refer to you as, because I've seen you play music, and I've been like, oh, that guy's a fucking rock star.
Well,
That's cool.
in a town the population of 150,000. Okay. It's not. I don't know. It's fine. I don't know what I'm saying right now, but certainly I don't have the accolades to be dating her. That's for sure. She's very good in a lot of ways, and it's very good.
Brooke, I'd like to date you. Can I see your accolades first? Red Spectre. Songs about what is it?
Songs for Alice.
Songs for Alice.
Yeah. Dude,
Okay, hold on. I got to get back to my schedule thing just to get
okay.
it.
I'm gonna wreck this whole podcast.
No, it's
for you.
fine. So you eat at home before you head here?
No.
No. Okay, so you just fucking get out the door.
Yeah, I usually eat when I'm hungry, which will be like 5 p.m.
Wow, you don't get hungry until about then.
Well, and that's if I eat when I'm working. Otherwise, I wait till like 9 when I get home.
So when you're working here, you'll just have them whip up something real quick?
No. If the kitchen's not on, like if they're not going.
Oh yeah, because it opens around afternoon time, right?
Yeah. So basically,
It's only 3 days a week.
Only 3 days a week, right?
Okay.
So if I'm here, Monday through Thursday, I'll go to Subway and get a sandwich because it's fast and cheap and I
Is
mean
it cheap?
It's like
How much is a foot-long sub there?
if I get it depends on what I'm getting. If I get the meatball, which is usually what I get because it's just fucking a ton of meat, then I think those are like $7, something like that, which is like
That's not bad.
it's fine, Yeah.
What do you feel? How do you feel about burritos?
I like burritos.
Okay.
Oh, are you trying to get me onto the gas station burritos? Is that?
Oh
what
no,
this is?
that's my personal thing. I don't ever recommend anybody do that
Oh no,
because I'll eat the chimichangas and the bean beefs.
yesterday I had 4 barbecue burritos from a gas station, and I asked
4?
Brooke to stop to get them because I love them so much.
I have one chimichanga, one bean beef. I'm like, ooh,
No.
tum-tum.
No, I eat
I'll have some heartburn later.
4 Fernando's brand barbecue burritos, and not every gas station sells them, but the ones that do, I go there.
Okay.
Food Mart sells them at all times. Food Mart over on 12th, and then the Chevron on Commercial, the Center Market on 14th or 17th. It's 17th and Market, I think. They sell them.
Yeah.
And those are my go-to spots.
17th and Market. I know exactly what you're talking about. One time I went there and I opened up a taquito, crispito. I opened up one of those and there was black shit in the middle, and I was like, "What's this?" And I pulled it out. It's just like a chunk of something, and it's not food. And so I brought it back, and I was like, "Hey man, what's this? I want my money back or something." And he's like, "Oh, sorry." And I was like, I'm in my like I work for food place
Yeah.
uniform,
Yeah.
and I'm like, this is unacceptable.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm sorry. What do you want me to do about it? And I was like, I don't know. And it just like it's just back and forth of like, I should expect this. I'm going to a market for food. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And part of him was like looking at me like, why don't you just eat where you work, dipshit?
Yeah.
I'm in a hurry. And so I just got frustrated and I left it there and left. It's like I paid for it, left it there, got into an argument and I left.
That's
Damn it.
how much money would that have cost him just to give you back the $1.50 that it cost?
just-
You
yeah.
know? Just do
I
that.
mean, if someone was yelling at me, I'd be like, go fuck yourself.
well,
I almost don't care what the reason is. But I mean, there was a chunk of fucking, I don't know what, the cockroach? I don't know what that was.
yuck.
Yeah. It was gross.
All right. Sorry.
So, no, you're fine. So, when you walk into this place, how do you do that? Like, do you have a list of things like, oh, here's what I need to do?
Yes.
Or do you just go like, okay.
Well, I was that for too long,
I'll
and then
I'll clean this. And
I
then
decided
maybe I'll
that-
go over there, and
yeah,
that needs to be dealt with, and that needs to be dealt with.
basically all the projects here are so large that if you look at them as the project itself, you will go crazy, and which is what I was doing for a long time, where it was just like, well, the stage needs built. What do I do? And that was kind of okay when it was just me working on it alone, but now I've got a bunch of people that work with me, and I need like to break tasks down. So I have a giant spreadsheet that's like enormous, that's, you know, huge, just full of everything that needs done before we can cross that door to work on the back half. So eventually it'll be the whole venue, but right now it's just this room that I have on that list, and that includes the bar is one section of that, the stage is one section of that, the showroom is one section of that. I think that's all I have it broken down into right now, which is just 3 sections.
Are these those things you can write on?
No, these are just black mirrors. They're just
okay.
darkened mirrors. And those are going to be behind the liquor cabinets, which are sitting over there.
So the alcohol is going to sit on that, and then the reflection behind it.
Right, and these will be lit so that you'll be able to see, you know, the front of the thing. And the hope is that it will reflect back and make it look like there's more liquor than there is.
Is that the reason? I was just about to ask why people do that.
Yeah, I guess. I think
every
that,
bar does that
Yeah, I
almost.
think that it just makes the bar look bigger. And also, which is a thing, like, it, you know, having a big wall that's a mirror makes the room look bigger.
For sure.
And I don't know. I certainly like it. Somebody's calling us right now, actually.
You want to answer it?
No, I sure don't. We're closed, is what I say. I do try to answer it as often as I can, but
All right.
not now. Yeah, so the liquor cabinets will go up there, and I forgot what we were talking about.
That's those things right there, you said?
Yeah, those are the liquor cabinets. They have been sanded and stained, and the first coat of lacquer has been put on. We need 2 more coats of lacquer, and then they'll be ready for spilling vodka on.
Hell yeah. They look great. Look
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. So that's the answer to your question. There's a giant list that has everything on it, and that includes everything for the construction side of the business. There's a bunch of stuff that I do outside of that also, like admin stuff, like creating schedules for the employees and
Yeah, I don't even think about that other stuff. It's like, oh, also running a business. That's,
Yeah.
You know, we're still doing that too.
You're right. Updating. We have a grant that I have to track how that money is spent is the word. And then other stuff that I can't think about right now. But
Yeah.
you know, there's a bunch of
Well,
things, and it's not all me. Also, I should be clear about that. Like, you know, Stan handles the payroll. Summer does basically 100% of the kitchen. And you know, Emma is working on all of the future programming for the comedy side of things, as well as working on social media stuff and
Improv classes, all that stuff.
Yeah, all of the basically 100% of the comedy stuff. Emma is heading up.
We were No, last night I saw the post about the construction for Infinity Room, and if anybody watching this is good at construction and has their some sort of certification,
It's less that and more just like actual experience where you know what you're doing, and I don't have to babysit you while you're doing it. That's what I'm looking for.
but yeah, any sort of experience and any sort of people that want to come in here and help out and volunteer. And is it volunteer work?
No.
No, it's not volunteer
It's
work.
all paid.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I think.
That would just expedite the process of this place opening up and
Yeah.
get it on a real fast track.
Yeah. Something that I have to keep myself in the mindset of is like I am not someone that has done construction for a living, and a lot of the things that we've been doing, I had to learn how to do. I didn't know how to mud.
You're good at carpentry.
I am now.
Yeah.
And I wasn't bad before. I've done woodworking and stuff, and I've done a tiny bit of framing in the past, but like I am much better at it now. And with mudding, I had never mudded it, and now I've mudded a ton, and I would say that I'm pretty good at it.
You're a tough mudder.
Okay.
That's those running people, right?
There's a bunch of stuff that I'd never done before that now I've done, and I feel like I'm pretty adept at. But training up to that point is something that like I myself, I think I'm very good at. Like, okay, there's a task that I need to do, and I don't know how to do it. Well, I have resources, and they're on the internet, so I'm going to use them, and then I'm going to learn how to do it, and then I'm going to look at the thing when I'm doing it and decide, well, this does or doesn't look like it's going to turn out the way I want to, and then I can change what I'm doing to address that. And by the end of it, it usually looks about how I wanted it to, you know. And not everybody can do that, and that is a thing that I am learning. There's a lot of like, this is what I want, and then I'll come back 20 minutes later and be like, "Whoa, you've completely misinterpreted what I said." And
That's got to be hard.
it does suck because it's like people are trying really hard, and they want the same thing I want, which is for this place to be really, really great.
Well,
And
yeah, nobody's trying to do a bad job.
Right.
At anything almost.
Right. And it's my brain operates in a way where it's like, what is the perfect thing? Because that's what I want. I want the perfect thing all the time, and there's no room for error.
Yep.
That's me. That's me, baby.
I talk to people and they're like, it's just for like promoting a show or something. Like, oh, let's do this. Like, yeah, I don't want to make it like, I don't want to do too much. I was like, why wouldn't we try?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't we try the most we can with what we have? What?
Chad understands me.
What's going on?
You're the rare person that does. There's a lot of people that, when I explain how I want to do something, there's a lot of like, well, why don't we just do it this way? And it's like,
That's not the best way we can do it.
right. Well, it's 90% as good. Yeah, but that last 10%,
I'm going to notice every day.
yeah. And not only that, but like everybody will see that 10%.
My name is on this.
Yeah.
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 Huh?
It's important. Because I think something that people don't realize is that if something is 90% as good as something else, everybody's perception is, well, that's good enough. But to an uneducated person that doesn't know the difference between the 90% and the 100%, like, they're just judging it and saying, well, that one's worse. It's 90%. That one's better. That one's better, so I'm going to watch the better one.
Especially nowadays, people think so binarily.
Yeah.
If that's a word.
I think so.
Yeah. So it's like this one or this one, good or bad, yes or no. Do I like that person or do I not like that person? That's something I'm trying to get past. But it's everybody thinks like that, and so it's a yes or no, one this or that. And if one is a tiny bit, and just like you can't even like see why it's a little bit better. If it's just that much a little bit better, you're gonna go with that one.
Yeah.
It's like getting your car detail cleaned versus just drive through a car wash. You're gonna be like, oh, that one, the wheels are a little cleaner.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, it's just
It just is better, and if it is better, people will take notice of that. And so you should just do the extra 30 minutes of work or whatever it is and make it better. I say 30 minutes. Sometimes 2 weeks.
30. Take the extra time.
Well, I know that you're that way, we were talking like last week. Is it Tuesday?
Oh,
It is Tuesday.
I think so.
Yeah, we were talking a week ago. You had just recorded with Grant Yoder,
Mm-hmm.
and you were talking about how you're going to be cutting between your shots and his shots, which is, I mean, if you haven't seen that video, go watch that video.
It's not out yet.
And no, but it will be when this is up.
Yes, that's true.
So, so the fact that, like, I know that takes more work than just doing like a side by side, but it looks better.
Way better.
Yeah, exactly. And you, the viewer, know that when you watch it and you go, "Oh yeah, this is way better than a side by side." A side by side would have been like,
It's like I'm watching a Zoom meeting.
yeah, which is, I don't know, it just doesn't look like
Not as fun.
It's not what you want. It's not what you want when you want like perfect content or close to perfect.
That's
content.
what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to give people something enjoyable to watch. And the weird thing is like I'm not really trying to do this so people will subscribe. And I mean, subscribe, please. That's great. But I'm not trying to like make a fucking money with this.
Yeah, you're not trying to Mr. Beast it.
I'm not. I don't know what that is.
Oh, okay.
I'm not trying to like.
You're trying to PewDiePie it. Is that better? No.
A little bit. He's a video game streamer.
Yeah, well, very famous YouTuber.
Okay.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
The YouTubers are weird to me because like my daughter's into them, and then I don't know. We have like these back and forths with like. I'm trying to work this into a joke, but I was getting frustrated because she's just watching her phone, laughing and stuff, and I'm like, "What are you watching?" She's like, it's a YouTuber." I'm like, okay. Okay, so what are they doing? And she's like, "Oh, they're just being funny." so they're so I like broke it down. I was like, so they're just trying to be funny, talking into a mic, and like I had to stop myself because I was like, oh shit, that's me. That's all I do. And I saw her kind of like being like, what the fuck is the difference between like that and you, dipshit? But yeah, that's what I try to do. Also.
You don't have a Patreon. That's the difference.
Yeah, got to get the Patreon.
Got to get that Patreon.
Get the Patreon. Get the Slacks.
Also, this video is sponsored by Squarespace. Link in the description. We'll talk about more of them later.
It's actually under this counter. You can't see it right now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's the thing. YouTube 10 years ago was great. YouTube now is still really good content, but god damn, every fucking video. Yeah. Shout out to my sponsor. We'll talk more about them later. Also, remember to hit the subscribe button and get the bell on. And then also, I have a Patreon that you need to be a part of. And join my Discord server. Like, it's 15 minutes of that in every video that I watch. And I'm just like, God, I hate this. I hate this. I just wish it was what it used to be, which was just, here's the content that I'm making. Thanks. Bye. Oh, I missed that. But, I mean, whatever. It's an evolution. Okay, sorry. What else are we supposed to be talking about?
Oh, that's fine. Just pretty much how do you day?
So yeah, I come
How
to work
day you do?
and I work and I
So-
I'm my phone goes off
You
a
get that?
1,000 times. So here's a little insight.
This is something that I've had to get past, and just because I'm a person who doesn't like to use my phone, and so because I feel like if I pull out my phone, I'm not paying attention, or the person thinks I'm not paying attention, right here. So I have to get past that because, like, you know, Emma's so heavily involved here.
Yeah.
And I'll be just having a conversation with her, and she'll be like, "Yeah."
It is the worst. So
And I'm like, "Are you fucking listening?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I'm like,
in the hour we've been
Sorry, I got
recording
stuff
this,
to do.
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 notifications have come up on my phone.
I mean, yeah.
And
you own a business.
It's 10
busy
a.m.
here. Yeah.
You know, and this will happen forever. When we went camping, that was
So nice.
coming back from camping. My phone
I had no idea where my phone was.
my phone did not stop beeping, and it died. So my phone had like 20%, I think, when we left the campsite. Pretty good. It was on like super battery saver or whatever. Turned that off as soon as we got back to civilization, and it died before it was done giving me new notifications. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it vibrates every time, so I guess that helped wear the battery down. But still. Like, it's just like so much. I hate
There's a lot of moving pieces here.
Yeah, but it's not even just that. It's just like, you know, there's so much tertiary bull crap that happens because, like, things that I would never do, I have to do now. Like, let me think about how I want to phrase it. Here's an example. I created a Facebook group that I never would have otherwise. It's called the Salem Comedy Community on Facebook.
And fans.
And fans, that's right. Salem Comedy Community and fans. See, you know more than I do.
Go check it out. I just posted on there 2 times.
Yeah, it's a great resource if you live in Salem or in the area and you want to know what's going on. You can go there and check it out. And like I get notifications for that, which aren't very often, but that's a thing that I see. And then like Salem City Council and Salem Chamber of Commerce and like all of these little things and like.
And being a business owner, you're probably involved in those, right?
Well, I certainly look at them and read them and see what's going on in them because sometimes there's super relevant information. Salem City Council, for example, that group constantly posts about. Hang on, I'm trying to not. A certain group of people who really suck that I don't want to.
Peanut butter.
Yeah, peanut butter. Yeah. And they'll be like, these people are going to be out, and I need to know that because like when they're around,
Careful. Peanut butter.
people get uncomfortable, and rightly so. And like I just need to be aware of that so that I can keep my staff safe. And it's a thing that like if I was just a dude working, I would never care because. Who cares? Whatever. Like, I just know that I hate those people, and if I were to see them, I go, oh, I hate you. Fuck off. But I can't just say that. I also have to say, like, oh, the security of my staff is something I need to think about. And so here's the thing that I think about now, and I need to be aware of these sort of things when they're happening. And, like, stuff like that. And then also, like, being in all these fucking community-oriented things for comedy and for music and bookers and things like that, and like all that stuff just exists all the time, and all of that's happening forever, and
you're heavily involved in a lot of it.
Less now, but when we are open, I will be again very heavily involved. Right now, I'm just trying really hard to buckle down and be here and do this and not think of anything else. That's what I'm trying to do, and it's hard because
That's an interesting
a lot
thing.
of people still think of me as that person of like I get messages all the time that are like, hey, I want to book with you guys, and I'm just like, no, not right now. Like, I hear you. Later, send me an email and I will get back to you when it's that time. But yeah, so
It's
many
gonna be
people,
so hard,
so many people,
especially because it's like if the window gets pushed back, scheduling something and being like, oh, actually, you know what, sorry,
yeah,
we can't do that.
yeah,
That's
and
got to be like one of the biggest like knife in your side.
doesn't feel good.
Oof.
Especially because like all I want to do is put on shows. That's all I want to do. I want to put on shows all the time. I miss it so much, and knowing that it can't happen until this is done is a frustrating thing. Man, this is a negative part of this conversation. Let's move on.
Okay.
Talk about post work. Is that a thing?
Post work?
Post work.
What's
What
that mean?
happens after work?
Oh yeah. So once you're done here, once you've handled, and once you're physically exhausted from this place,
Yeah.
after you've had your garbage food and your post-work smoke break outside. Sometimes I drive by and I just like, there's Chris.
Yep.
It's great. What is your wind down routine? Do you even have one of those?
Yeah, I think I do. I'll go home. Generally, we eat dinner if I'm hanging out with Brooke right away.
Mm-hmm.
If I go to my house, then usually I just go home and don't eat because I've already eaten at that point. And honestly, it's just watch TV until I fall asleep is generally what it is. There's no, like, I don't know. That's my wind down routine. It's just like turn something on and that's it. But it doesn't really work because I just stay up super late anyways. I'll catch up on messages with friends and things like that at night sometimes, and a lot of times I just don't. I get a lot of messages from people that want to talk to me, and I'm just like, I just don't have room.
Yeah, I don't. What do you think? I'm like, here to talk?
Yeah.
Sorry, I
it's-
can't just like have a conversation right now.
It's hard. It's
my
hard.
my phone is like my workplace.
Yeah.
So it's like I have to get back to people and like book stuff, and that's what I'm doing mostly on my phone. I mean, taking a shit is different. But yeah, there's people that are like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I'm like, "I can't do this right
Yeah.
now." Like that's the most stressful thing for me. Hey, miss you. Hope you're doing good.
Yeah.
I
feel.
The fuck am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah, I feel that.
Okay, that's what I say. Okay.
Yeah, it's like.
Yeah, I'm doing good, and then I have to ask a question about them. Yeah, hope you're doing good too.
Yeah, that social obligation of like, yeah, you also have to be a decent person. Oh, I wish we could get rid of that as a society.
really hard for me. But I mean, I appreciate it when people do it. It's just, it's hard for me because I shouldn't be the person that's like, you need to be nice to me whenever I'm ready for you to be nice to me. That's a bad place for me to put people in.
Yeah.
But that's how I would prefer it.
Yeah, I have gotten to a point where I have to just tell people like, I will talk to you later, and if you reach out to me again, just know that I'm probably going to ignore you, and it's not because I don't want to talk to you, it's because I'm just too busy. And some people get it, and some people really don't, and it sucks when they don't, because it's just like,
then you're an asshole.
yeah, it seems like the most asshole thing you could say, but it's like, no, I can't
I
explain to
really
you.
am too busy for you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I
value
clock-
proposition here.
Like, I clocked my hours a couple weeks ago, and it was like 65 hours that I was in the building. And that doesn't include, like...
Making runs for...
Well, it doesn't include the admin stuff that I do when I'm not here, which is not much, but it's probably another 3-4 hours on top of that. So, like, about 60, 70 hours is what I'm looking at. And, like, that's too much.
So when
that and a relationship
Yeah.
and a daughter. So, like, it's time. It's a lot of time that I don't have for everyone else.
Yeah.
So,
Well, especially when you say, like, if you mention your daughter, people are like, oh, okay, that's fine. You just got to, like, throw that one in there. Even if it's
Yeah,
not true, be like, sorry, I got a lot of things I'm doing. Also, I got my daughter around. And people are like, oh, shit, yeah, I forgot.
that is sort of a nice, like, hands-off situation immediately. If I go, like, I'm with my daughter today, people are like, oh, I'll fuck off. Like,
Yeah, oh, totally.
Yeah, please do.
And it's not even a thing where people get angry.
See, but the thing I do is I just don't respond to people at all when I'm with her.
Yeah.
People will ask me questions or things, and it's just like the people that think they need me right now know that I'm off limits right now. Like, everybody at work knows that when I'm with my kid, that's just completely 100% off limits unless you call me because there's an emergency.
Right.
That's the only time I'll answer. And everybody else, if they're texting me or whatever, they just don't need to hear from me for, until I'm done. So, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyways.
So what is your, like, routine for making yourself ready for bed? You just, like, it really is, like, just watch TV until you fall asleep? Sometimes?
Yeah, I usually get undressed as soon as I can when I get home. I like to be
hang dong around the house.
Well, I like to be in my boxers. I actually don't like being naked. That's like boxers that's where I'm comfortable there.
So you just boxers around the house?
Yeah, basically. As much as I can. Yeah, I mean, obviously sometimes.
Every time Zach sees me in my boxers, he just goes, ew, gross, ugh, ugh. Makes me feel so bad about it.
It's
I'm like, fuck you, dude.
It's a good sack.
Ugh.
Yeah, generally. I mean, if there's kids around, then I'll t-shirt and sweats, or shorts, but yeah, underwear, because like fucking I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable, and yeah, we generally watch YouTube and stuff for a couple hours, or we'll watch Game of Thrones or whatever show we're watching while we eat, and sometimes we'll just hang out and talk. That's always good. And sometimes we won't. Sometimes we'll watch shows. And then eventually she'll go to sleep because she always falls asleep before me. And then I will continue to watch things until I can't keep my eyes open. And then I'll go to sleep. But if I don't
timer
do it...
on the TV?
What's that?
Sleep timer on the TV?
No. I turn it off. Oh. But like, it's like I'm getting heavy and I can't remember the last 10 seconds. Okay, it's time to go to sleep. And I'm usually pretty good at that. Every once in a while I'll fall asleep with the TV on, and then it fucks up whatever I'm watching, and I'm like, oh, I'm 5 episodes ahead of where I'm supposed to be. God damn it.
Yeah.
But it's a rarity because usually it's YouTube videos, and I have autoplay turned off.
That has made me stop watching a show because I'm like episodes ahead now. I'm like, I have to go back. I have to open this app on my TV now and then go back and figure out where I was, and I'll just stop watching a show.
It depends for me.
It's so dumb because it's like it's not that hard. You just have to sit there like this.
Yeah, but then every episode that you start, and it's like, do you want to rewatch this one? And it's like, I haven't seen it. You fuck.
Yeah, and then like it might skip to the one that you
Oh,
haven't
it
seen
always
yet.
does. And then it's like you gotta hope there's not a big spoiler there.
God, way to go, Netflix. Assholes. I will say real quick before we start closing this out, the HBO, what is it? Go now?
HBO
Plus?
Max.
HBO Max, across the board, 100% that I've ever seen, is the worst app I've used.
It's
for video streaming.
It's really bad on the TV I watch it on. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's terrible on PlayStation. It's pretty bad on phones. So that's all I've used it for. Come on, HBO. What are you doing?
Yeah. What the fuck, HBO? Why we gotta
seriously
that's
press
the
pause button like so many times to pause Sopranos?
That is the only app that buffers on the Amazon Fire that we use. It's the only app that buffers.
And
why? And then it'll freeze, and we'll have to restart the fucking app.
I have to
and
put
then-
on subtitles for that show, Sopranos, because they'll just dip in and out of speaking Italian.
Oh,
Because they'll just say like 4 or 5 words in Italian out of like the 10 words in the sentence, like because they're just it's an exclamation that they're just throwing out.
right.
I don't know what the fuck. What was that? And so I like go back and yeah, good show though. So cool. So then you just zonk out and wait for your techno to wake you up.
Yeah, basically. If I'm smart, I have set an alarm.
Do you dream?
Do I dream? I've been dreaming more recently. I'd say I dream once every like 3 weeks or so. I'll
Okay.
have a dream that I remember. I certainly dream every night, and there's always like
You don't smoke weed, right?
no.
Oh yeah, you don't smoke weed. Like
At
it's a
all.
rule. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it fucks me up.
Mhm.
It's very unpleasant when I smoke weed, which is not great. And everybody in the world is like, oh, but you just got to smoke the right weed. Like, no, I have smoked all kinds of weed, and it's all been bad.
No, I don't think it's you got to smoke the right weed. I think it's
Whatever it is.
yeah.
I've
if,
tried
if
it.
weed doesn't work for you, weed doesn't work for you.
Yeah,
that's
that's what I want to hear because that's how it feels. I went like 3 weeks on a vape pen, having like a little bit, and then eventually it was like I'm gonna have a lot tonight, and then I died, and it was like, oh, it's awful. It's a horrible experience. Why does anyone do this? Why am I doing this?
I have such an addictive like thing inside me that my vape pen was just my pacifier. Like legit, I would freak out if I didn't have it with me, and it's like I'm not going to use it even.
Yeah.
I just need it with me, and then I was hitting it when I woke up, hitting it before breakfast, after breakfast, on the way to work, at work, just like all this shit. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I just kind of zonked out, and people were like, oh, how was today? I'm like, I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't want.
I don't
that.
remember today. Oh,
I don't want
fuck.
that at all. Yeah.
So that's right out the window.
Ugh. Well, good for you. Good
Yeah.
for you. That's the kind of thing that scares me. I don't like not having control of my brain, and that because I am already an impulsive person that will talk too much about a thing. I've done it twice on this podcast that I can think about, and on the drive here, the whole time I was like, "Don't talk about these things you don't want to talk about. Don't say these things you don't want to say." And I've done it twice, and I'm not going to point out where it was, but I have a tendency to complain a lot, and I'm very impulsive with that. And so if I'm drinking or high, it's way worse. And I will be the kind of honest that is hurtful to everyone around me, and that's not good. Because I have a lot of opinions, and most of them are negative. And it's good for me to be sober.
Yeah, if you ever see me in a group of people and I'm not saying anything, I usually have a lot of things to say. Like way too many things to say that I know the people around me will be upset if I speak. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. But I mean, some of it's just kind of like, I'm not fucking wrong,
Yeah,
but it's also unnecessary for me to say something.
I get that.
Because like, what's the helpful thing that I'm doing other than making, yeah. just sometimes I'm like, this person's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And they're an asshole, and why is anybody hanging out with them? And everybody's like, well, I mean, you can just not worry about it. I'm like, how the fuck do you do that? I don't know.
That's like, I don't know. I am similar in that way, and that when people are like, just ignore it. And it's like, I don't have that. I don't have the, I can just ignore the thing, whatever the thing is, whether it's a person being a dickbag or a noise in the background or a flashing light or whatever. It's like, I don't have that. If it's happening, I'm noticing, and it sucks. So stop it.
Yeah.
Why can't we stop the thing that's annoying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a level of diplomacy that a lot of people have that I'm trying to like kind of zero in on and be like, I want some of that. I want to be able to just be more zen about things. I'm on Prozac now.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what Prozac is?
Yeah.
I
I don't take a pill.
I'm gonna. What do you mean?
I don't have like a normal pill routine.
Today's day 2 for me. I just got it yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell a joke tonight. That's I had to throw out all my Prozac. I just started taking it yesterday. Nothing yet. Bullshit. So I'm gonna try that out.
Yeah.
See if that works.
I have tried taking pills before, and none of them have ever done anything helpful for me.
Like antidepressants?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
prescribed or just like, I'll take some
no,
of those?
no. Prescribed.
Okay.
Yeah.
First time I was like, just somebody gave me their stuff. I was like, sure. Fucked me up. Don't do that.
I had it prescribed to me, and the first stuff I was like, the doctor was like, how's it going? And I was like, well, I'm thinking about killing myself more. And he was like, okay, well, it can do that, so let's take you off that. Let's put you on a different one. And I'm just like, in my brain says, this is something fundamentally wrong about this if it makes you want to die when the whole point of it is to not make you want to die.
Yep.
The timer is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right now.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, there you go. Now you know how much was cut if it's been edited. So, yeah, antidepressants were a thing, anti-anxiety. Like none of that stuff really worked, and I feel like now I just manage it in ways that are probably semi-productive and helpful.
I think so, because a lot of that is just like, you know what, not going to deal with it, can't deal with it, focus that energy here.
Yeah, there's definitely a level of like, it's going to be fine.
Well, and you like
there's nothing to do.
legit don't have time to fucking deal with that kind of stuff.
That's true.
Like, you don't have time for bullshit.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, cool.
Sorry. We'll make this a 3-hour podcast, and I'll do it.
Nope.
All right.
Not
Well,
gonna
then, there you go.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else about this place. Anyway, this place really is a home for me. Like, it's the first time I came in here and it was gutted. I had to leave because I just started crying. It fucked me up bad. Because, like, this place symbolizes something, like, way more than just, like, comedy. Because I came here and I was like, this is me changing my life walking into this place. Going, like, I think I can do comedy. I had no idea that, like, I never thought of it as a real thing. Like, since I was 10, obsessed with comedy. And so I came in here and I walked right through that door, and Jared and Bergie are laying on the ground, watching on a projector a scary movie. And they didn't hear me walk in, so I just stand there and I'm like, uh-oh. So I'm going to scare the shit out of them in a second. And I just go like, hey, and they both freak out. And they're like, is the door not locked? And I was like, I'm sorry, I don't know. And so it wasn't locked. Came in here, and then, yeah, I wanted to do comedy so bad. And I was like, I just want to be a part of this, anything. And they're like, well, we do a podcast. And so I started editing their podcast. And then I started going to improv class because I had stage fright so bad. And so I couldn't get on stage to do comedy. And did improv for like 2-3 months before I could like muster that up. Really helped. Do improv class. They're gonna have those here.
It's good.
Coming up.
Yeah, it's better than you think it is. It's more fun than you think it is.
It really is. Yeah, and then just changed my life. I
Yeah.
moved. We had a business together. I was married, and I was like, sorry, that's not the path I'm on. I found something else, and then I just left all that. It's crazy. But yeah, so then I came in here and I was like, this place really was the only other place that made sense to me. I wanted to come here more than I wanted to be home.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would stay here late past close, just hanging out with people.
Oh yeah.
And then just came in one time and I was like, okay, guess we're doing this.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that I've been able to maintain, like, I've been able to like stay close to everybody and like this place.
So I have a very different feeling about it, which is when I first came on, I looked at the room and was like, there is potential for much more here. And that was immediately what I thought when I first saw the place. I was like, man, this place could be much better than it is.
Mm-hmm.
And when the decision was made to remodel and to reformat everything, it was like, this place can now be what it's supposed to be. And it feels very good to look at it and know that, like, soon it will be that. And, like, I can, because I know what it's going to look like when it's done. And I see it when I'm looking at this. I can see all these bad panel lights here where the stage will be. And I can see the array of lighting that we're going to have. And I can see the motorized curtain. And I can see the mains on the sides of the stage. And I can see all of the chairs that are going to be here. The booth seating here, the booth seating around there. I can see that there's a crow's nest there. And how tall that it's going to be. It's going to be quite tall. And I can see people sitting in these rows having food brought out to them. And I can see the bar. There's being 2 bartenders here working and all the liquor in the cabinets. And I can see the beer taps and all the lights in the ceiling. And I can see people on that stage performing. And I can see people laughing and people enjoying the music. And it is a good feeling.
You're not supposed to be laughing at the musicians.
It's
Rude.
and I don't know how accurate that mental picture is.
I mean, you were just saying earlier that one thing that you pride yourself in and have found out that is you can picture something in your head, and then you can make that picture happen.
Generally, yeah. Yeah, obviously there are some things that are going to be a little bit different, but I'd say it's an accuracy of about 80 to 90%. And like, if it looks, if that holds true for what I see in my head, it's going to be a fucking baller place.
Mm-hmm.
There have been some things that have looked better than I thought, and there are some things that have looked a little bit worse than I thought. But like, if you've seen the lobby of this place, then you know like what the cloud lights look like.
Mm-hmm.
And in my mind, they were going to look a certain way, and they look this way, and like, it's a different kind of good that I didn't expect.
When I saw those going up, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah.
That is... What are we, like, decorating for a house party? What is this?
Yeah.
And then
If you
whole lobby is amazing. It's
particularly
so cool.
at night, if they're
Yeah.
on at night,
Dude.
it is a very cool looking thing.
The infinity mirror in there.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah,
That's what those are called, right?
that's what that's called. That was a fun little project. Yeah. Anyways, okay, I'll talk forever.
No, that's fine. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I thank you very much for coming on here.
You're super welcome. I feel like we skirted the whole point of the thing, which was like, I don't work out, I don't eat good, I don't have a good sleep schedule, I wreck my body to produce content for people. Don't be like me. Be happy.
It's more just a structure for like branching off points, because there are a lot of things like that I find myself kind of obsessed with. Like, I just look at a person and go like, what the fuck do you do? Like, when I don't see you, what's going on?
Yeah.
And that kind of stuff is what I'm really curious about with people.
I feel like I should come back and do this in a year after this place is open, and then it'll be more diverse.
Yes, please.
Because right now it's just like, yeah, I work all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And later it'll be like, well, I also do these things.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So this is 1 of 2 with Chris Pelka.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. This has been How Day You Do in the Infinity Room. Beautiful place. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good time.
I'm Chris Pelka, and that's this episode